The 1990 edition of the Penguin Pocket Dictionary defines teaching as to provide instruction, or to guide the studies, or to impart knowledge. Things have changed. If we look at where we are now, we've come to realize that it's not about imparting just knowledge, though knowledge is one of the core elements of what we as teachers and educators provide. But we're also providing 21st century skills. We're thinking about the future that our kids are going to graduate into and where they're going to head from here. We understand that actually a lot of what we're teaching now will be in 10 years' time obsolete. But the skills, the processes, the beliefs and the behaviours that we impart, that we as educators represent by role modelling, are valuable. When Lee Crockett, Ian Jukes and myself wrote Literacy's Not Enough, this was part of our focus. We were looking at those core skills that our kids would be able to use beyond the school. These were things like problem solving, understanding media because we're bombarded by it, understanding information and being able to validate it, working collaboratively with our peers and being creative. These were the core fluencies for us for 21st century education. But binding all of these together was global digital citizenship. These are the beliefs that stretch beyond what we behave like online to where we behave in our playground, in our classroom, in our city, our country, or the world. It's an encompassing moral framework that's critical for our survival. It's about stewardship. It's about respecting and protecting yourself, showing respect and doing what you can for others, and also for property and the environment. These are the critical things that we need to bring across into our classroom. Our future thinking school is one that embraces the founding principles of the Treaty of Waitangi. It is inclusive. It values diversity. It values those cultural differences that make New Zealand such a rich melting pot that it is. It understands that by valuing culture, by being able to link to it, to understand how a person works, their underlying beliefs, improves teaching and learning because it adds those emotional hooks in that are going to enable a person to learn more effectively. It brings what we're teaching to life. And by being able to incorporate those makes huge value for us. Dylan Williams in 2007 in Informative Assessment said, "The meeting regularly in teaching communities is one of the best ways for teachers to develop their skills." It's not about leadership where we're giving instruction, it's about facilitation. It's about knowing who your staff are, knowing their strengths, knowing their weaknesses, and being able to help build them to that higher point. This is what we do in the classroom all the time, and this is what we should be doing with our staff. Leadership is about setting an example. Leadership is about a role model. It's about walking the walk and talking the talk as well. My name's Andrew Churches and I'm the head of faculty for art and technology at Christian School. I'm lucky enough that I go around the world on occasions as a keynote speaker and a workshop leader. I teach in both the national curriculum, NCEA, and also in the international baccalaureate curriculum. I've worked as an educational consultant in a number of different countries, and each time I go to one of these countries and I look at their education systems, I value ours more. You get a great realization of just how powerful and how inclusive and how encompassing the New Zealand curriculum is when you're looking from the outside in. I'm also an Apple Distinguished Educator. passionate adopter and user of technology.